This is the best looking LEGO game ever made. Unreal Engine 5, Open World Gotham. And the PS5 Pro gets no enhanced mode. No PSSR, nothing. I tested every gameplay scene on both consoles, combat, driving, a full 360 sweep of Gotham. The results were identical. What's up everyone? Today we're looking at LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, the PS5 versus PS5 Pro comparison that nobody expected to need. I captured every frame on both consoles across 4 gameplay scenes and 4 co-op scenes. Let's see if the PS5 Pro earns its price tag. First, some context. This isn't LEGO Star Wars. This is TT Games' first Unreal Engine title, running Lumen global illumination, nanite geometry, and open world Gotham confirmed to be bigger than Arkham Knight. And here's something people don't realize. A realistic game builds a brick wall out of 2 flat polygons and a texture that looks like bricks. A LEGO game builds that wall out of actual 3D bricks, each one with studs, bevels, gaps between them. Real geometry the GPU has to process. The art style looks simple, but the mesh underneath is denser than a photorealistic wall. Multiply that across an open world bigger than Arkham Knight. Add lumen bouncing light off every surface, and you start to understand why this LEGO game is as demanding as Stalker 2. On PC, you need an RTX 5090, a $2,000 GPU, just to hold 60 FPS at native 4K. Only 3 GPUs on the market manage 60 FPS at 1440p, and the minimum specs requires frame generation just to hit 30 at 1080p. This may be the first game in history where you can't reach 30 FPS without AI generated frames. The bricks are cute, the renderer is not. On console, you get 2 modes, Fidelity targeting 30 FPS, Performance targeting 60 FPS. The Pro runs the exact same modes as the base PS5. No PS5 Pro enhanced label, no PSSR, no dedicated Pro settings. I tested 4 gameplay scenes, solo, 4 in co-op. Here's what the number says. Combat, a story encounter with lots of enemies, particle effects, lumen lighting bouncing off every surface. Both consoles hold a locked 60 FPS here. No difference between PS5 and PS5 Pro. Now, instead of showing you a slow, controlled drive through Gotham, I'm giving you actual gameplay. Chaotic driving, smashing through traffic. The full UE5 open world loading around you in real time. Both consoles hold a locked 60 FPS here. Nanda Parbat, the League of Shadows training ground. Mountains, snow, a completely different environment from Gotham. Both consoles hold a locked 60 FPS here. Every gameplay scene in performance mode, functionally identical. The PS5 Pro has Game Boost, a faster GPU, faster memory, higher CPU clocks, and it made zero visible difference. Both consoles are already hitting 60 FPS. There's nothing for the extra power to improve. Here you can see it's the same story in Fidelity Mode. Zero difference. Every scene, both consoles hold the same 30 FPS. The PS5 Pro is indistinguishable from the base PS5 in fidelity. So every gameplay scene identical. Performance mode, fidelity mode doesn't matter. Game Boost made no visible difference to frame rate, but frame rate is only half the story. Let's talk about what the image actually looks like. Now let's look at the image quality. I captured a static garden scene on both consoles, same camera, same position, in fidelity and in performance mode. And when you zoom in, the difference is clear. Look at the Lego studs. In Fidelity, you can read the embossed text. The brick scratches are sharp, the cobblestone mortar lines are crisp. Now performance mode. The text is mushy, the detail is smeared. I ran a frequency analysis on both modes. This chart sorts every detail by size, big shapes on the left, fine detail on the right. Fidelity holds onto the fine detail. Performance drops off. But here's the key finding. When I compare the PS5 against the PS5 Pro in the same mode, the lines overlap completely. Both consoles produce a pixel-identical image. Both modes use TSR, Unreal Engine 5's temporal upscaler, which reconstructs a 4K image from a lower internal render. The keyword is temporal. TSRs accumulate detail across multiple frames, so the output actually looks sharper than what the GPU renders in any single frame. That makes it impossible to pin down the exact internal resolution from the final image alone. Without developer confirmation, we can't give you a hard number. What we can confirm is that performance mode renders visibly lower than Fidelity, and both consoles produce an identical image. Same resolution, same quality, same pipeline. Split screen co-op, 30 FPS logged, regardless of which graphics mode you select. The mode selection is meaningless unless you see a little image quality difference. You will also notice some pop-in while driving, cars and objects appearing close to you rather than loading in from a distance. The engine is streaming the open world for two viewports at once, and you can see it struggling to keep up. And just like the solo driving test, I'm not showing you a slow walk through Gotham. The quick grapple test is fast, chaotic traversal, swinging through the environment in split screen, pushing the engine as hard as co-op allows. Both consoles hold it the same. As you can see, PS5 Pro has no advantage here, and co-op is local only, no online multiplayer. There is absolutely no difference between loading times because both use the same SSD. So here's the verdict. In Fidelity mode, it makes zero difference. In performance mode, every gameplay scene is functionally identical. Game Boost's extra clock speed made zero visible difference. In co-op, it's identical as well. 30 FPS lock and mode choice doesn't matter. And as for resolution, performance mode renders lower than Fidelity, upscaled to 4K via TSR, and both consoles produce a pixel identical image. The PS5 Pro doesn't give you a sharper picture. Game Boost on PS5 Pro can push clock speeds, but it can't push resolution or image quality. This is the best looking LEGO game ever made. The open world is gorgeous. It would have been nice if it was PS5 Pro enhanced as well. But the PS5 Pro, a $900 console, runs this game identical to base PS5 in every test I ran. Same frame rate, same resolution, same image. The PS5 Pro has Game Boost, a faster GPU, faster memory, higher CPU clocks, every automatic advantage Sony built into the hardware. But it changes nothing you can see or feel. If you already own a PS5 Pro, your experience is the same. And of course, without PS5 Pro enhanced support, it doesn't make sense to buy PS5 Pro for this game. That's it for this video. I do frame-by-frame comparisons on every major PS5 release. Drop a comment and let me know if you're playing on PS5 Pro or base PS5. I want to know if your experience matches my data. Next video is already in the works. I will see you there.